Whale Talk!
Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of Whale Talk. I'm your host, Rachel Delight, and today we're going to be talking to members of the Pequod, a whaling ship based out of Nantucket, and the captain of the ship, Captain Ahab, and one of his shipmates, Ishmael, along with Father Mapple. So stick around and listen to this episode of Whale Talk.
Common girl student drinking Starbucks coffee to get through the day.
Go away! I told you I didn't want to be in this!
Sorry, my bad.
At home and in stores nationwide.
How'd you get in my room?
Your mom let me in?
Please get out right now.
Loved by everyone, everywhere, every time of the day. Starbucks.
Hello? Is someone in here?
Yeah, I'm just getting some footage of the
Get out!
Starbucks.
Starbucks approves this message.
Whale Talk!
Hello everybody and welcome back to Whale Talk. We have our first guest coming in, Ishmael, who's a mate on the Pequod. So here he is, Ishmael. Everybody give him a big round of applause. Woo! Hi Ishmael, how are you today?
Hello, good.
So glad you could come on the show. Alright, so I have a few questions to ask you. The first one, alright, so I know that there's been contrasting views on the Pequod about the topic of fate versus free will. Now, what's your take on this?
Personally, I believe it is a mix between the two forces. Fate and free will work together in everyone's lives. I've said before that ain't everybody a slave, but I don't think it's necessarily decided by fate. Ahab, on the other hand, believes primarily in free will. He thinks nothing can control him and he's a slave to nothing.
Very nice, very well put. All right, next question. Now, what are your views on the great white whale, and why are you willing to help Ahab kill him?
A lot scares me about Moby Dick, but what primarily scares me about him is his white coloring. To me, as I've said before, white strikes more of a panic to the soul than the redness which affrights in blood. So everything from albinos to polar bears terrifies me about the color white, and Moby Dick is no exception. The evilness of the unknown, which the color white represents, frightens me. As for my willingness to help Ahab kill Moby, I was willing to help because I was sworn to an oath, and I respect Ahab.
Gotcha. Okay, last question before I let you go. Now, before you got on the boat, did you have any ill feelings of the trip? Did you see any bad omens, maybe?
Yes, we have had a few bad omens. Before I boarded the Pequod, I stayed at an inn at which a man worked who was named Peter Coffin. Next, I saw a painting of a shipwreck, and then I saw some gallows, which are all bad signs. But the worst sign before we boarded the Pequod was definitely Elijah. A prophet came up to us and told us to be careful with sailing with Old Thunder because he had an accident. So once we were on the voyage, a lot more bad omens headed our way. We had a typhoon, which messed up all of our navigational instruments. And over the entire voyage, we encountered multiple ships that told us how Moby Dick had hurt them. And you would think that would make us not want to hunt Moby, but Ahab is crazy, so we continued to hunt him. But really none of the bad omens have stopped us from relentlessly hunting Moby, so we're just going to have to see what happens.
Okay, well thank you very much, Ishmael, for being with us. Now, everyone stay with us while we'll be with our next guest.
Whale Talk!
Hello everybody, welcome back from break. Now we have our next guest on the show who's Captain of the Pequod, Captain Ahab. Hello, Captain. I'm so glad you could join us today. All right, I have a few questions. The first one. Now, what does Moby Dick mean to you? And what will it mean to kill him? What makes you sure you will find him in the vast ocean? I mean, it would be much easier and safer to just move on, but I feel like that's not an option for you.
No, it's not. To me, Moby Dick represents all of the evil in the world. Killing him will fulfill my desires of revenge and help me move on from the accident. And with my advanced technology I have created, I believe that I am superior to anything, especially Moby Dick. However, what bothers me the most about Moby is that I do not know everything about him, but one day I will reveal this hidden knowledge by hunting and killing him. Once we find him, I know my secret weapons, Fidala and company, will pull through.
Okay, now that leads me to my next question. How do you feel about the idea of fate versus free will? How would you say this has been exemplified in your actions?
I believe that I decide my actions and there is not a power of any kind controlling my life. I use my own navigation devices on the Pequod and I decide the missions of the ship. It is my own free will to hunt Moby. After all, I am a slave to no object or person. I am above all. As I've said before, who is over me?
Very interesting questions. Now, I've heard a mate on your ship, Stubb, once had a dream about a pyramid and a merman.
Yeah,
That could be interpreted
very
to...
bizarre.
It seems very interesting. Now, I've heard that could be interpreted to mean that seeking revenge on something only hurts the person in the end. What do you think of this?
I strongly disagree with that. If properly done, revenge can lead to success and fulfillment. For example, I am seeking my revenge on a white whale known as Moby Dick, and after devouring my leg, he deserves my wrath. After achieving my revenge and defeating Moby Dick, I will be at peace with myself, finally.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much, Captain Ahab. Now,
No problem.
everybody stay tuned. After this break, we'll have our third and final guest, Father Mapple, with us.
Whale Talk!
Welcome back from break, everybody. Now, our third guest here with us is Father Mapple.
Yeah.
Hello, Father. Thank you for being with us today. Now, for my questions, my first one. From what you've heard on the Pequod, do you think that they are a religious ship? How could this affect their voyage, do you think?
I don't, even from the beginning, they were set on the wrong path. Departing on Christmas. During the voyage, they also worked through the Sabbath day, going against Christian faith. From what I've heard, there has been little prayer to God and a great deal of worship to other figures. I'm very displeased with this. The captain of the ship himself has worshipped fire and aligned himself with the devilish man, Fadala. There is a false sense of belief that this will help them on their journey when you need to be one with God.
Being on a whaling ship before, do you, like some of the men on the Pequod, believe that the deep ocean holds truth? For example, do you believe that young Pip has been enlightened by the truth?
No. God holds the truth. You can't search for the truth no matter how hard you try. God is the only one that will help you understand it. You will not know everything until you have crossed over to the afterlife. There's no way that being stranded in the ocean will help you be closer to reaching that. I think Pip confused this experience with speaking to God and becoming more knowledgeable about the faith, but he did not find truth itself.
Very well put, Father. Thank you very much for being with us
Thank
today.
you.
Now, we'll take a short break and we'll be back with the rest of our guests to say goodbye.
Whale Talk!
And that concludes this episode of Whale Talk. I'm your host, Rachel Delight. We've had members of the Pequod and Father Mapple. So remember, everyone, keep your eye out for that pale whale tail. Bye!
His first impression upon me was that he was a cannibalistic savage. However, once I got to know him and after I slept with him, I realized how sweet he was.
I'm so glad that you guys are so close.